into action early on. Fernandez lays it off there to Mingachos. Kevin O'Toole immediately on the field.
Nice left back, huh?
Yeah, pretty touch with his first.
Gives him a little bit more space to see the field and pick out his pass. We know the Red Bulls saw that game. They watched the tape as well, and they're going to close down the space as best as possible on Mora wherever he is.
So Kevin O'Toole coming in, showing off his confidence immediately off the bench. He gets leveled there by Cardona. Yvonne Mora there trying to slow down Gilby. O'Toole out left. Good job by Gilby to cover that pass, keep the Red Bulls in the attack. And another foul and a yellow card now to the captain, Yvonne Mora, to get them maybe to pick their game up. How does he change things up here in the second half?
Well, I don't know if my Spanish can quite match up to that exactly, but I think it's got to be vary your runs a little bit.
It looked like Mingachos and easily taken in the end by Perez. Kevin O'Toole here, one of those first half substitutes, came in place of Noah Powder, who had to go out with an injury.
And he commits the foul there, but we've liked what we've seen.
In either division with 5 goals. Will most likely win the Golden Boot of this Premier Division.
In that he's kind of the box-to-box guy. He sits on the defensive side and gets forward.
Castro gets by Teixeira here, puts the cross in. Carmona looking to take it down and cleared away by the Red Bulls. A long first touch from him. But now stuck in Independiente. More on that far post. Teixeira able to clear. And you as Independiente pushes for the tying goal. Coaching staff unhappy with the amount of time Xavier Kennedy used to take that goal kick. Kevin O'Toole able to win it. Perno here, our goal. Teixeira. Teixeira with the cross in behind everyone. Can JP Marin get there? He can. Lays it back. Good look once again for the Red Bulls. The attack still humming here in the second half. Gilby lays it off Saramago between defending, doing your job, but also pushing forward. Sean Teixeira, a former forward, has been in U.S. Youth National Team camps listed as a forward, playing in that right back role throughout this tournament for the Red Bulls.
And the work between he and D'Andrea there was perfect. Perfect understanding, perfect timing.
Space here for Jerson Valencia. His cross bangs off Perno, still alive. A collision there, and O'Toole comes away with it. Clears it up the line. Kept in by the Red Bulls. They have a chance to get a save on it. But early on in this second half, good to see the New York Red Bulls continuing to be dangerous and attack.
It's so interesting to see the different philosophies of these teams in the attacking third. The Red Bulls combinations and looking to move it side to side. They switched the field twice there to get the defense moving. Independiente typically will just attack on the side they're on, often off the dribble. And I think they may need to find some more of that.
Miscommunication between the Red Bulls, and it might allow for an Independiente counter. Daniel Castro down the left. He's got a wide open Valencia if he could get there. Perno makes the tackle. Randall Kelly right on top of it. And we have a penalty kick.
No, that's...
Perno there with the mistake. Narciso Cremona looking to counter. Great cover there from the substitute O'Toole.
This against the Independiente counterattack far too often.
Independiente now a little bit of confidence for them. They've got that opening goal. We expected a lot of goals in this game. We've seen Independiente hit the post twice. We've seen saved off the line for both teams, as well as the teams allowed 5 substitutions in this game. They've both used 1 already in the first half. When substituted, you are not allowed to return. Noah Powder with an injury, and Brian Zulaga for Independiente Medellin, which we think is because he was sitting on a yellow card and had made a dangerous tackle or two after, and this Independiente team didn't want to get down a man.
There's still 4 other Independiente players now.
Will go back, although Carmona's back up on his feet. Carmona in the last game injured. When he scored, was forced to sub out. He's been down already once in this game, but they chose to keep him in the game.
half. And in the second half, Independiente is jumping them and starting that counter.
Mora launches this free kick, and we saw in the first half Independiente struggling to defend, getting caught late on a lot. We saw consistent end-to-end action in the first half. Great attacking play between both these teams. In the second half, good opportunities for both teams, but the game has not been as stretched as what we saw in the first game.
You feel like these players will have no trouble staying active through all 70 minutes, so I don't think it's going to peter out in the last 20 minutes. I think both teams, as you said, would much rather win it in regulation.
And one of the great things about this tournament this year, an off day after the semifinal, before the final, allowing these teams to rest up and really play at their peak in this final, when a lot of times in tournaments, the semifinals, when the players really have the most legs and show the best. But this has been the most well-played game for the New York Red Bulls of the tournament so far. For Independiente, they've struggled to share there with the missed touch. Independiente looking to immediately counter. They throw it right down his wing. Carmona and Deeds in a battle, and a battle between two of the best players we've seen in this tournament so far, as we've seen him have in the other games, and as not as much success dribbling down that wing.
Yeah, Castro's been really good. Again, hasn't started all tournament. He's really good today and making another good run right now.
Shot easily taken there by Xavier Kennedy. And with just about 10 minutes left of regulation, plus what you have to think will be a sizable amount of stoppage time, the New York Red Bulls and Independiente Medellin facing off here 1-1 to try and win this championship. Saramago with the layoff to Fernandez. You got to think this Red Bulls team wants to at least test this goalkeeper early, get something on frame, see how confident he is coming off the bench.
And we saw when the Red Bulls played the
two teams brought elements against each other that they hadn't seen so far in the tournament. We thought they were the two best teams in this division, but I don't think we could have anticipated this good of a game and this much action.
Yeah, we hadn't seen either team be as chippy as they have been today as well. There's not a lot of love lost between them. AC maybe going to come inside a bit more than D'Andrea.
And Gachos there pushed in the back. He earns the foul. And we saw the Red Bulls in the group stage playing Recife for really the lead. Probably they knew at the time the win for the group. Tied 1-1. They pushed for that second goal throughout the end of regulation, selling to penalty kicks where Xavier Kennedy, we already said, was highly successful. So they have that ace up their sleeve if they need to. If it goes to PKs. Carmona away, trying to win in regulation. Perno out to defend him. The shot comes in from Carmona. Easily taken by Xavier Kennedy.
Yeah, it is if the Red Bulls aren't sharp with their passing at the back. And so far that's been one area of concern.
JP Marin dropping deep here.
Yeah, they're dropping 8 and the goalkeeper behind the ball. The forward Carmona all by himself.
Deeds as well as Perno back to watch him. Teixeira sitting back as well, but the rest of the Red Bulls pushing up for the attack. O'Toole with the throw-in. Saramago, 2 goals so far in this tournament, leads this team. Would love to get his third here. Get his team a regulation win, not have to deal with that penalty kick stress again. Now we do have to mention this Red Bulls team, the captain will take this set piece and looks to switch the fields. Kevin O'Toole, you have to say, came into this game. We talked about how important the fullbacks would be. Came in off an injury in the first half all of a sudden and has been brilliant since he's come in. Clear. And Mason Deeds, the vocal leader of this team. Wears that captain's armband. The rock at the back. So a tough loss for this team. As you have to say, finals at the 2015 Generation Adidas Cup. David Goss and Jonathan Yarley bringing you all your action all week. We've got 2 finals today. And this first one has just been incredible. Great action both ways. As Petkovic gets... Ryan Mingachos has dropped back into that center back role alongside Perno. Kevin O'Toole here at left back came in the first half as a substitution for the injured Noah Powder. Gilby still in the midfield. Alongside Kazu Shingobu. Petkovic on the left side, the substitute. And the forward, Saramago, who's played this full game. This Independiente team, Santiago Velasquez has come into goal for Perez, who left with that red card. Independiente team.
You got to say, so far, Independiente has adjusted better to playing with 10 men. We haven't seen the Red Bulls find any kind of rhythm, just blind clearances like that when there's Pobu and Gilby in the midfield, kind of a 4-4-1. Petkovic and Casey, the wide men who will push high with the ball, drop deep without it.
So much for these players to deal with mentally, the emotion of this game, being up and then giving up a penalty kick for the Red Bulls, dealing with the red cards on both sides. Even when you go up a man, it's still an emotional hit that you have to still be able to focus in a game after a stoppage like that, in a moment like that. The Red Bulls have done well so far to handle while down to 10 men in an unexpected overtime of a championship final. The action, you gotta say,
it's fun.
I've had a smile on my face all day. This has been a great. Looks like Romagna, the center back, playing higher up the field now, limping a little bit. He's waiting to go up to center forward if his team can win the ball. In this second overtime, we don't know how much stoppage time would be added by our head referee, Kelly. Still alive. Xavier Kennedy comes out. He punches alive. Kevin O'Toole with the clearance. Xavier Kennedy got beat in the air and clears that one, not off the line, but it was going in if he wasn't there. Flicked on there from Lemos. Still alive for this Independiente team.